to day 2 of our Scrap to Gold series. Yes, after yesterday's, unconventional things that you can do with papaya seeds, I decided to make this, a 7 days series, and that's the reason why you're seeing me here again. So, welcome to day 2 of our Scrap to Gold series. You can see this, right? I know that many of us throw this away just like we throw away papaya seeds. And today I'm going to be sharing with you 10 unconventional ways that you can use orange peels in your home. And these unconventional ways range from, they cover a wide range of uses. And if if you've used any of these, you let me know in the comment section. So, these are orange peels gotten from the citrus fruits, and these very orange peels, just like your papaya seeds that I talked about yesterday, house the oils from the oranges. So if you hear of orange oil, orange essential oils, the oils or the peels are the carriers or the host of orange um um orange oil, right? So if you've been throwing this away, I would want you to sit back today and let's talk about unconventional ways that you can use these very orange peels. Remember that oranges have, a very pleasant scent, and they can elevate anything you add them to. Yeah, we have a visitor here. She's going to be disturbing from time to time, but then that's not going to deter us. So I would want you to, let us know where you're joining in from whenever you join this live. And you can also tell us if you've used orange peels for any of the topics that we've been talking about. So the number one, unconventional use of orange peels is to use it as an infusion to make orange oils. Now, while these orange peels hold lots of oils of their own, they are available in their essential, in their essential forms, in their very, very essential forms. And I think, I don't know if this is visible enough, but if you have an orange peel somewhere around you and you press the orange peels, you would see, yeah, something like vapor. Those are the oils, the essential oils that, you know, are being extracted. So now, if you would not want to use orange peels in the essential forms, you can dry out these peels. You can dry out these peels and then infuse them in a carrier oil of your choice. And carrier oils that you can use are carrier oils that would not interfere with either the fragrance of oranges or their eventual uses. Now, if you infuse these very peels into oils and you want to use, they are a fine lightweight oil um for um oily skinned individuals. Yes, they are very, very fine lightweight oils for oily skin individuals. That's the first unconventional way to use orange peels. Thank you for joining in the live. You can let us know where you're joining in. Today we're talking about the 10 unconventional ways that you can use orange peels. And I decided to make this a series. We started yesterday. So if you missed yesterday's series on papaya seeds, you want to go back and watch that very series. Today, on this very Scrap to Gold series, we're talking about unconventional ways that you can use orange peels in your home. And the first way that I have said is to use it as an infusion to make orange peels oil. The second way that you want to use orange peels is to distill it to get the essential counterparts. Now, if you see, as I'm squeezing this, these are the essential counterparts of that's the essential parts of the oil or the orange peels that you want to extract if you distill. So my visitor is disturbing. Thank you for joining in. So today we're talking about 10 unconventional ways to use orange peels in the home. So instead of scrapping these very useful orange peels, you want to, just use them, yeah, from scrap to gold. You want to reuse them for very important things. So the first way that you can use this is to dry it and make infusions to make orange oil. The second way that I have said you can use this is to distill this. So using a distiller, you want to pack in fresh orange peels and then distill to get out essential orange essential oils. Also using that distiller method, you also, when you're distilling, you get the essential parts and then the water parts, the oil parts and the water part, and that water part is the hydrosol. Now if you do not have a distiller, hi, Kamal. Thank you for joining in. Kindly let me know where you're joining in from, and also let me know if you've ever used orange peels for anything, you know, if you've ever reused orange peels for anything in your home. So, for everybody joining in, this is our Scrap to Gold series, a 7-day series where we are sharing how you can use, your conventional kitchen scraps and reuse them for very unconventional ways. If you missed the yesterday live on papaya seeds, you want to go back and check out how you can use papaya seeds unconventionally. So as you join in, kindly let me know where you're joining in, and yes, kindly also let me know if you've ever used orange peels for anything in your home. So the first way that I said you can use orange peels is to dry this, where I am in Abuja. I'm in Abuja, Nigeria. I'm in Abuja. What about you? So you can dry this and use to make infusions for orange peels oil. The second way is you want to distill this to get out the essential oil parts and the water-based part, which is the hydrosols. So that brings us now to the third part, the hydrosols. And that hydrosols are used on the skin. Hydrosols can be ingested. Hydrosols can be used in formulations, based on how you want to use it. For orange hydrosol, you can consume orange hydrosol, yes, as in form of just the way you take in water, right? So thank you for everybody joining. Thank you for everybody joining. This is our Scrap to Gold series. We are showing you unconventional ways to change your conventional kitchen scraps to very useful things. So if you do not have a distiller to get out the hydrosols of orange, you can easily steam distill using your pots, your regular pot, and eyes in your kitchen. You just want to put a bowl that collects the distillate or the steam, and then you use that as your hydrosol. Now the fourth way that you want to use orange peels is to dry it and use either as a tea or as a scrub. So this is, multifaceted. You can dry this and grind it into powder. When that is done, you can you can you can god you can steep in hot water and take as tea. It serves as a very very fine form of infusing your body with vitamin C. Now also you can use this as a scrub. I've shared a short on how to do that. For the scrub, you might want to use water, you might want to use honey or egg as your binder for that very dried um um orange peels. Now the fifth way that you want to use orange peels is to ferment this. Yes, ferment this to make a non-toxic cleaning agent. Now when you ferment this, what happens is the essential oils, is sipped into your fermentation. You want to use sugar, brown sugar, white sugar, whatever form of sugar that you have to make this fermentation. The fermentation can run for up to 2 weeks, and when that is done, you sieve out the water. The water is usually fragrant full. I use it in my house here to clean tabletops, to clean the floor. You can use it to even mop your home. You can use it to replace toxic detergents in your home. Yes, yes. And for people who formulate liquid soap, you want to use it as your starter instead of using ordinary water. You can use this because it will be fragrant for by the time you ferment. So this is our Scrap to Gold series, where we're sharing with you unconventional ways that you can use your conventional kitchen scraps, right? Instead of throwing them away, you want to reuse them and get out the goodness from them. Now this brings us to the sixth part of this series of these uses. You see these parts inside the orange. You see this very part here. You see this very part. When this thing dries up completely, I can pour some vegetable oil in it and lit up this very part. I'm going to try that and make a shot from it one of these days. Now this can serve as, you know, a nighttime candle for you. While this is beautiful is because as the candle burns, your house is lit with very, very beautiful fragrance. Yes, citrusy fragrance. So if you're one who loves citrus, who loves using citrus fragranced stuff, you want to try that out. As you cut your orange, ensure that you allow this part to stay, so that when it dries up, you can add either olive oil or vegetable oil in it and just lit up this very part. Right, this is our scrap to gold series. If you missed yesterday's series on papaya seeds and how you can use them unconventionally in your home, you want to go back and check. In today's series, we're talking about how you can use um um orange peels unconventionally in your home. Yes, in your home. So you want to leave us a like, you want to turn on the notification bell, because it's going to be a 7 day series. Tomorrow we'll be talking about pineapple peels and how you can use them unconventionally. You don't want to miss any of this series. You don't want to. So as you join in, you let me know if you've ever used papa orange peels and how you use them in your home. Now this brings us to the seventh way that you can use orange peels. You can, and this very one now is targeted to guys that wear shoes. So if you wear shoes, you can get fresh orange peels when you return from work and put inside your shoes, your smelling shoes. You can put this inside your smelling shoes to help take out the smell from your shoe. This is not hearsay. It works. It works. By morning, when you'll be taking out the peels from your shoe, it would have absorbed the bad smell and leave your shoe smelling citrusy. You want to try it. You can try it and leave me a feedback when you do that, right? You can try it and leave me a feedback when you do that. The eighth way to use orange peels, to reuse orange peels in your home, this is for people who have microwaves. Now you are maybe heating up or preheating food in the microwave and the food splashes and you have dried food patches in your microwave. What you want to do is to get a bowl of water and put in your orange peels in it and boil this in the microwave for 2 to 3 minutes. When the steam of these oranges envelopes the microwave, it makes the food scrap get soft, and then you can easily clean. Hello, Asma Mazaki. Thank you for joining in. Where are you joining us from? Have you ever used any of these kitchen scraps in your home? Orange peels. Have you ever reused orange peels in your home? Today we're talking about orange peels and unconventional ways. Thank you for joining in. Thank you. Unconventional ways that it can be used in the home. If you missed yesterday's live, you want to go back and check out the unconventional ways that you can use papaya peels in your home. Yes, and today, since it's a 7 day series, we're talking about orange peels. You don't want to miss tomorrow's series on pineapple peels. You do not want to miss tomorrow's series. Now this brings us to the ninth way of reusing orange peels in your home. The ninth way is, yes, let's say you handle onion and garlic. Those two have a kind of pungent smell that they leave on the handler's hand. You want to use this white part of the orange. Yes, the back of the orange to rub your palms. You want to use this back part now that houses the orange, the oils, to rub rub, and then wash off your hands. It dissolves, that's orange oil in these pills, dissolves sulfur content from the garlic and from the onions. And when that happens, the smell evaporates away. The smell evaporates away. So that is another way to use orange peels in your home. The third way that you want to use orange peels in your home is to polish your furniture. And this is how to do it. You see this white part, especially for dusty furniture. You want to use this white part when it is still fresh. This is almost dried. When it is still fresh, to rub onto the furniture. When this happens, some of the essential oils from these oranges will be placed on that furniture. All you have to do is use your rag to swipe clean. To swipe clean. Thank you for everybody that's joining on this live. We're on a 7-day series on changing or taking your scraps from your kitchen and making them gold. And yesterday we talked about using papaya seeds, unconventional ways that you can use papaya seeds. And today we're talking about the 10 unconventional ways that you can use orange peels. If you missed yesterday's series, I would want you to go back and check out how you can use your papaya peels, your papaya seeds this period unconventionally in your kitchen. And today we're talking about the 10 unconventional ways that you want to use orange peels instead of discarding them. So this is going to be a 7-day series, and today is the day 2. You do not want to miss tomorrow's own series on pineapple peels. Yes, you do not want to. So instead of you discarding these very things that you feel is trash, I'm sharing with you ways that you can reuse them and get goodness out of them. And like I was saying, you want to use this to polish your dusty furniture. So what you do is you rub this white part, which is called the pit, onto the dusty furniture. As you're rubbing that, some of the oils from the back and even from this very inner part is going to be placed on that dusty furniture, and you will see it with your eyes that the furniture gets shiny. Now you just want to use a rag to clean this. Now, because of the oils that would have been placed on that furniture, it will be difficult for dust to collect on that very furniture. And aside that, when you're done cleaning, your furniture comes back to life. Your furniture comes back to life. Have you used any of these? Have you used orange peels for any of these? Let me know in the comment section. And if you have any questions as to reusing this, let me also know in the comment section. I'm going to go over this one more time for the sake of people who are joining us, and then we'll call the live to an end. So this is a 7-day series where I'm sharing with you how you can transform scraps from your kitchen to gold. Scraps from your kitchen to gold. Yes, I do. Sorry. Scraps from your kitchen to gold. So instead of you throwing this away, you want to dry this, yes, and use to make infusions for your oils, your orange peels oil. Yes, to make infusions, you do not need, extra advanced knowledge. Just dry this when it's crispy dried. When it is crispy dried, I usually encourage cold infusion other than heat and double boiling your oils. You want to get this into a container and pour in your preferred oil. Cover and label. You can keep this for as long as 1 month, and then you go sieve out your oil. You would have made yourself a very potent orange peels oil, which can be used on your skin to brighten your skin. Yes, that's the first way that you can use this unconventionally. The second way that you want to use this is if you have a distiller. If you have a distiller, you want to get fresh peels, fresh orange peels, and put into your distilling machine and distill to get out the essential oils of this. If you know how much essential oil costs and you know how potent they are, you wouldn't be throwing away your orange peel scrap. Yes, you wouldn't be throwing them away. You want to distill and get out the orange peels for yourself, the essential oils for yourself. So that's the second way that you want to use orange peels. In the process of distilling, if you have a distiller, normally you can steam distill or water distill. When you're using water to distill, the steam collects somewhere that now transforms to hydrosols. That hydrosols has a portion of your essential oils in it, but it is more water than essential oils. And that's the third way that you want to unconventionally use orange peels, as to you want to use orange peels for to get the hydrosols, orange peels hydrosols. You want to make orange peels oil. You want to make orange peels essential oil. Now the fourth way that you want to use this for is, you want to dry this or dehydrate this. If you have a dehydrator, people are selling it. People are selling orange peels tea. Orange peels tea. Yes, you want to dehydrate this and then grind into powder and use the powder for tea. You want to use the powder for tea. All you have to do is, if you're using a tea bag, you can bag them in tea bags and steep in hot water and drink. They're a fine form of getting vitamin C into your body. Now if you do not want to use that powder for tea, you can use it as a scrub for your skin. You can use it as a scrub for your skin. And if you're using it as a scrub for your skin, you can choose to mix that orange peels powder with either water. You can choose to mix it with egg white. You can choose to mix it with honey, right? Honey. Any of these serve a lot. And if you're somebody who has very oily skin, I'm particular about oily skinned individual because I fall into that category. I have done that experiment with egg and um orange peels powder. It is a fine exfoliant. It shrinks your large pores and drastically reduces excess sebum on your face. You want to give that a try. All you have to do is just dry this and blend. If you do not have a grinder, you can blend and then mix with your egg whites. You would see it. You will see the results happen drastically on your face. The fifth way that you want to use orange peels instead of throwing them away is to ferment them using sugar. Yes, fermentation uses sugar. When you ferment, you're able to get out a very fragrant full water that you can use as a cleaning agent for to replace your toxic cleaning agents, your toxic cleaning liquids. I have done that severally. I have shared videos on that, on how you can do that. When you ferment, you can ferment for 5 days to 1 week, 5 days to 7 days, and get out the water. Now if you're somebody who makes non-toxic hi if you're somebody who make non-toxic cleaning liquids, you want to use this very method to get the citrusy fragrance from your oranges. And hello, Ultra Busty. Thank you for joining in. So you want to ferment this and get out a non-toxic cleaning agent for your rooms, for your glass pans, for your tabletops, for as much as anything you want to clean. Yes, I think I even have a bottle. I will get out the bottle of my orange peels that is fermenting and show you. Now, another way that you want to use this is, I demonstrated this. I'm going to let this dry up quickly. Can you see the inner parts of it that stands in like a wick? When this thing dries completely, I am going to lit it up and show you guys how it is. Now I can add coconut oil, I can add vegetable oil, I can add olive oil to it and just lit this. And at night it will serve as a candle, a non-toxic candle for your home that makes your home smells citrusy. The seventh way that you want to use this, especially if you're a guy that constantly has smelling shoes, get orange peels. At night when you return, put them in your shoes. By morning it would have absorbed all the smell from your shoe. This one is not a joke. It would have absorbed all the smell from your shoes and leave your shoe smelling citrusy. Yes, you don't want to get into a space and na your shoe dey smell. No, 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 no. So you can try that out and let me know if it worked for you or not. The eighth way that you want to use this, for people who have microwaves, when you use microwaves and then there's food splash, this food splash might dry up and it might get difficult to take out. What you want to do is to get a bowl of water and put in your orange peels in them, and boil this water in the microwave for 2 to 3 minutes. The steam from the orange peels will soften those foods that have dried, food particles that have dried up, and it's now easy for you to just go clean out your microwave. If you have a microwave and your microwave has this very thing I'm saying, just go and give it a try and let me know. So this is our 7 days scrap to gold series, where I'm sharing with you how you can unconventionally use those things you call scrap and use them for, wholesome things in your home. The ninth way you want to use this is to take out the smell of garlic and onion from your palms after handling them. What you want to do is to rub your hands that you use to touch garlic and onion vigorously with this. The oils from these very orange peels dissolve sulfur contents from garlic and onions, and wash up your hand. You go see am, you will just see it. Your hands would stop smelling. Your hands will stop smelling. Now, the ninth way that you want to use these orange peels for um you know unconventionally in your home is to clean out your furniture, polish your furniture. You want to use this white part to wipe out dust from your furniture. As you're wiping out that, the essential oils from the orange peels is resting on the furniture, and this in turn polishes the furniture. Because of these oils contacts with your furniture, it will be difficult for dust to rest. See, if you have a dusty furniture, this is dry season, if you have a dusty furniture currently and you have just maybe taken oranges, go and try it. Use this to clean the surface. Just try it and then use a rag to clean out, and let me know if it works for you or not. The 10th way that you want to, I think I've even shared up to 10 now. Yes, I have shared all the 10 unconventional ways that you want to use orange peels for your home, to reuse orange peels in your home. So this is our 7 day series. Today is the day 2. If you missed yesterday's series on papaya, you want to go check for, I think, 5 or 6 unconventional ways to use papaya seed in your home. Today we've talked about oranges, and tomorrow we'll be talking about pineapple peels. You do not want to miss it. Thank you to everybody who has joined. If you have ever used orange peels in your home for any of these methods that I have shared, let me know. And if you'll be using it for any of these other methods, let me know in the comment section. I'm going to show you a bottle of my fermented orange peels that I have just shared. And yes, I'm coming. Let me show you that. And just come. Yes, yeah, 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 yeah. Let's make it fancy. Hey, come dry my clothes. How are you? How are you? Okay, so this is my bottle, the bottle that I use in fermenting my orange peels. I've used almost all of the water. Yes, I use it to clean. I use it to clean my house. I use it to clean tabletops and the rest. Can you see this? This water is as fragrantful as it comes. That's your face. Okay, so sorry for the interruption. So this is my fermentation bottle. I have used some of it, most of it. So I'm just going to be topping it up again. So this is it. When I don't want to use, toxic stuff in the house, I just get this and get some little water and use it to mop my house. So there are a lot of things that you can do with orange peels. Don't just throw them away. So I'm going to be looking forward to seeing you at tomorrow's pineapple peels, unconventional ways that you can use pineapple peels. So if you are still throwing away these, please stop. Join us tomorrow, where we'll talk about pineapple peels and the unconventional ways that you can use it in your home. So to everybody who has joined, to everybody who has commented, to everybody who kept the comment section going, thank you. I'll see you guys tomorrow.